Hi and welcome to this video log with me, Wayne, from swimmingcyclingrunning.com. Well, if you're looking at this channel, likely as not you want to become a more efficient swimmer. And in everything we do in swimming it starts with one basic thing, and that is breathing. If we go to the pool, I'll explain what I mean. Now, the main reason that most people can't breathe effortlessly is that their brain realises that when they put their face down in this stuff, water, they actually can't breathe. And that sets about a natural reaction to want to pull your head out the water. It also sets about another natural reaction, which is to hold your breath. So you hold your breath and then you pull your head out and you take a gasping breath because you're panicking a bit about not being able to breathe when your head's underwater. So to breathe efficiently, we have to exhale. And we have to exhale most of the air in our lungs so that we're ready to inhale really swiftly. And the quicker we inhale, the better we can be at getting our head back in the water to continue swimming in a streamlined manner. Now, we've got on our goggles and we're ready to get in the water. And the first thing we really need to do is realise that when we put our head underwater, we can actually breathe out really easily. It's like then, I was just talking to you for, let's say, 15 seconds, and I didn't rush to take a breath. And you don't need to do that in swimming either. So long as you exhale all the time underwater, when you're ready, you can just turn, breathe in, and you're ready to inhale. So we're going to start off just by literally breathing underwater out and then coming up and breathing in. So you want to lower yourself down in the water so you're really comfortable, and then just lower your head in, exhale out, and really relax. When you come up, you're ready to inhale, but you're not desperate for a breath, and that's hugely important. You actually want to exhale underwater so that you're ready when you come up to breathe for the inhalation of that breath. From that position, we're going to go onto our front, and we're going to do virtually the same thing as we did in the open water video. If you've seen it, I'll put a link to it just above. So it's now, if you notice, firstly, I'm not out of breath. I'm really easing into that breath. But secondly, when I put my head in the water, if you looked, my feet came right up to the surface. I want you to see me try and breathe to the side a couple of ways. When I turn to the side and my shoulders are level with the surface, it's quite difficult for me to get my mouth out the water. If you look, I'm half covered with water in my mouth when you can see that. Here's a slightly different way to do it. Now you can see, all I have to do is rotate my body and my head easily lifts out the water so that my mouth can take a breath in. So here I've got a float in my hand. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. All I'm going to do is kick lightly into the wall. Now you can see as soon as my head comes out the water, I'm ready to take a breath. But it's not being forced. I'm not gagging for a breath. I just exhale, turn, inhale as soon as my head comes out the water. The idea is to breathe in a relaxed way. Even if you're going really fast, you still want your breath to be relaxed, because as soon as you stop that, you stop being in tune with your body. And you've got to be in tune with your body to be able to swim effectively. So, if we're going to exhale as soon as our head comes out the water, what's the timing of our arms? How should that go? Because that's quite important too. Where our arm is depends on how rotated we are across. And when we are fully rotated, we're ready actually to recover the arm. So that's when we should be breathing. Let's just see that with the float again. So and you can see, as the hand comes over, I'm ready for my head to go back in by the arm pulling it back. Let's go to the computer and have a look at a couple of examples in the pull so you can get that concept even better. So we're going to look at a couple of swimmers in my Friday morning group, and here we have a swimmer who's nicely balanced in her swimming, and as she comes through you can see she's exhaling her air, and as soon as she raises the arm out of the water she's inhaling and her head goes back in the right place. So here comes the exhalation of air, the bubbles come. As soon as her arm exits the water she's inhaling, and that means that when her arm passes her shoulder she's ready for that head to start coming back into the water. So everything's staying on the surface. With this swimmer there's something slightly different going on. Now again it looks like she's being quite smooth, but if we, next time she breathes to the right, we look at where she's breathing, we see no massive exhalation of air as she's coming through, and that is where she starts breathing in. So she's starting breathing in not as her arm exits but as her halfway through her arm recovery, which means she's still breathing when her arm passes her head, and you can see her arm on the other side has dropped away, her legs at the back are splaying because of it, and she's late bringing her head back in the water. You can see her head's literally in the way of her arm as it comes forward. So here's me doing a single arm drill. Now you'll notice that I breathe as my arm exits the water, and as my arm passes my head at the front, my head starts to rotate back into position, ready for the next stroke. So this is a great drill to practice that timing of your breathing. As your arm goes in, your head's in. As it comes through and hits your thigh on the bottom, you're turned to breathe, and then you breathe as you raise your arm out the water. And you can do that time and time again on both sides. Human beings aren't sea creatures. We aren't naturally in the water. We aren't amphibious. So when we put our head in the water, we know that we can't breathe. And that sets off in us, if we don't know and don't have strategies to overcome it, a panic reaction. And you see that time and time again with the head coming out the water. What we're trying to do is retrain your brain to know that there are strategies that we can do to make sure we can always breathe comfortably in the water. And once you retrain your brain, which takes a little time, you will be perfectly happy. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video and it's been helpful. If so, give it a thumbs up. Thanks very much for watching. Please remember to subscribe and hit that notification button if you want to know when we've uploaded more videos. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time.